A pleasure to meet all at last. And now, we're at the Vlog-A-Thon yet again to specifically talk about something that's a bit more on the important side of things. Yeah, I'm specifically talking about the many shorts I've made. Yeah, so the thing is that since 2023, we have been getting a large abundance from a newer feature on YouTube known as Shorts. Now, this is something that has been around for a good 3 years, and I will say we've had a lot of ups and downs in that whole thing. But most people tend to really believe that shorts happen to be the next best thing for YouTube should the original aspect of it fall apart. Some might have their opinions on things, and some might be a bit mixed on how currently YouTube is operating, but the thing is that all of us can agree that shorts are a unique turnaround and a change of pace for the many things that feel a bit old as well as redundant. I could specifically talk about various channels that have banked on the entirety of YouTube Shorts for the benefit of having a lot of subscribers and viewership. Zach Choi, Forest Auto Reviews, and I've even remembered when Cinemassacre had made a bunch of different shorts over the years, including when they tested out their new hot sauce collection. But maybe that's a little too easy. On the other hand though, maybe we could talk a bit more about my own abundance of YouTube Shorts. Basically, to put it into perspective, I have a few running series that specifically use YouTube Shorts. If you might remember when I had done a series called Multiple Wheels of Steel, which it was in-depth car reviews inspired by the likes of Kyle04 and Doug DeMuro, basically all those guys that have been doing a lot of automotive reviews. As I just mentioned though, Forest Auto Reviews is something that has been a pretty hot topic, but mainly has taken the form of YouTube Shorts. So, it's kind of relevant understanding the fact that Multiple Wheels of Steel somehow happens to take a lot of notes from the older creators of Doug DeMuro and Kyle04, but with newer ones like Forest Auto Reviews and a few others here and there. YouTube Shorts seems to be the big thing that's allowed Multiple Wheels of Steel to make a continuation. After all, I've mentioned before that Multiple Wheels of Steel had to come to an end for a number of different reasons. Mainly because of how expensive cars had gotten over the last 10 years, and also the decrease in trust in lending out automobiles for reviewing purposes. Not to mention, there has been some upstarts in the fields of driving as a whole, so the idea of trusting someone like myself to review their vehicle just seems a bit uncanny, and it might come off as a bit strange. So I can see why some people might not want me to do such a thing like that. But you know what though? I actually did manage to hold in some success. After all, by June 2024, I was able to bring back Multiple Wheels of Steel in a pretty unique way, in which that somebody had seen my episodes of Multiple Wheels of Steel over the years, and of course, allowed me to create a small video about their El Camino. No joke, a modded 1984 El Camino, and man was it incredible to watch it fly down the road. That video alone was what upstarted a new generation of Multiple Wheels of Steel content. But I've exclusively made it in the form of YouTube Shorts, and every video I've made is mainly a 10-second long piece featuring various cars. Some old, some new, some in between, some modded, some unmodded, some decorated, some plain, and the list goes on based on specifications. So, that is, however, just one way I've been able to adapt things into shorts. There is also Foodie Go-Go, a series that I made which of course was reviewing various foods. They mainly were culminated based on the likes of Kid Behind a Camera and Angry Grandpa shows, many Burger King videos which eventually expanded out into places like McDonald's, Taco Bell, Dairy Queen, etc. These kind of videos that centered upon me visiting various restaurants over the years and having all kinds of new menu items, as well as trying out things for a limited time or were exclusive, anything that culminated in those specifications or that exact criteria meant that they would in fact become a part of Foodie Go-Go. I have of course made shorts, simply known as Foodie Go-Go shorts, that of which of course follows the same criteria, but rather than just being specifically limited to the likes of fast food, I also had been able to try various store-bought things, some exclusive items, some limited edition items, mainly which through the likes of the holidays or otherwise, and the list again goes on in that perspective. But let's just say that Foodie Go-Go shorts and multiple wheels of steel shorts are just a few of the things I've been able to do in order to allow for the amount of videos to come around in the form of shorts. I will say that the success I've generated over the last few years or so, some were advertised and some were non-advertised, but even then I still get a lot of good viewership and even more subscribers because of the success that YouTube Shorts has been generating. So it's safe to say it's a feature that is not going away. And I can't exactly imagine that it could potentially be the successor to YouTube entirety, but even if it isn't, it's still at least a fantastic idea that we've gotten as of recently. I've even made the claim about how YouTube Shorts has in fact a similarity to that of Vine, which, as you might remember, was once a platform dedicated to 6-second long videos, but unfortunately was shut down by Twitter as of 2017. Even the so-called Vine camera app was something that hadn't gone very well in less than 16 months after it was first launched. But you know what though? YouTube Shorts is just as good, if not better. I can't exactly say if it is going to be in any ways better than the original YouTube. It probably will be because of the fact that it does a lot more, including versatility, creativity, and of course the addition of various things, all in the ways of using our own devices, like so. But in any other case though, the shorts I've generated, there are hundreds of them by the way, that I've made since 2023. And I'm more than happy that I've been able to become a part of this growing movement in regards to shorts that happen to do so much better than all those long-term videos that happen to last for hours or sometimes even days. Seriously, who would want to watch 24 straight hours of The Last of Us Part 2 playing through from start to finish? Like, how does somebody even pull that off? Wow. I guess questions like that are something we'll have to ask another time because it is what it is. The past is the past, and now we can only look forward to what we have today, or even tomorrow. Anyways though, that's all I got to say for this piece of the Vlog-A-Thon. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side for more.